Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be trying the Blur Build and Brighten set from MadebyMitchell. They are being sold as a trio and I'm going to be testing these out. So the Blur is what you go in with first. This is Radiance Blur Prep. So it's sort of like a skin, sort of like a primer, and it's supposed to help blur your skin. So that's what it looks like. The shade is IBL1, so I think this is the palest shade. So the formula is very, very thin. So I'm going to ever so lightly use it. I think I remember correctly, Mitchell did say that you can use this on its own as well if you want something that's less coverage. I have a lot of natural redness in my skin, so I'm just gonna use a stippling brush because I like using stippling brushes on thin formulas. When it comes to thinner formulas, you shouldn't use a beauty blender because it'll just absorb into the beauty blender, and you don't really want that because then you end up wasting the product. I like how this looks so far. It's giving the skin a bit of a dewy finish. You can really feel it on the skin. It's a little, oh yeah, it's very, very, has a very strong sheen. And has a little bit of an oily finish. So if you have oily skin, definitely do skin prep beforehand. That way you don't need to worry about extra oiliness. This is very, very nice. And it's a pretty good shade match as well. The only thing I don't really like is that it does have a bit of an oily finish. I can feel it. And I do have oily skin. At least on my skin anyway. It's leaving a little bit of an oiliness. But even looking at it, I don't see any brush marks or anything like that. So that's really nice. But we'll see how this looks. Yeah, you can feel it on the skin too. At least, well, I can feel it on my skin. And you can really see the shine and the dewiness. Okay, we're gonna try the Build now, which is the liquid foundation. My cat is watching me. Loki's watching me. This is an IB3. This is quite pale. And we'll see how this Again, another doe foot applicator, and this one is quite thick. This is quite thick, so I'm going to use a beauty blender for this one, since the formula is a little bit thicker. And then we're just gonna tap this in to the skin. This blends in very, very well. You can see that it's really helped cover up my redness is pretty well without having to use like any color correctors. That's what it looks like. So it didn't absorb a lot in the brush, in the sponge, because it's a thicker formula. What I like, so this feels a lot nicer than the Blur. And what I like is you can see my skin underneath. So what I really like. And then of course I have natural redness on my eyes and purple, but we're gonna get rid of that with the concealer. But yeah, there's not a lot of patchiness or anything like that. I don't see any. It's not clinging to any dry patches on my face, because sometimes I do get dry patches, especially here on my cheeks. More so in winter, but yeah, you can really see my skin underneath. And even so, this redness here has kind of died down a little bit as well. Of course, if I were to go out, I would put on, I would use a little bit of a green color corrector or pink color corrector, because I have a lot of pink in my skin. And that can kind of help counteract any, kind of help neutralize redness as well. Okay. And then the final product, well, we actually have two, because I am going to try the baked powder as well. But the final product in the trio is this brightening concealer. And this is in the shade IBR3. I want to see the, oh yeah, this is a very thick formula right here. This is a little bit, this is very pink toned as well. It's a little bit darker than the foundation. We're going to use a tiny bit. And I'm going to use a slightly smaller sponge. And you want to go a little bit lower than you're planning. Whenever you're doing something for under your eyes, you want to go a wee bit lower. That way, whenever you blend it, because you're pushing it upward, you end up pushing it where you want it to go. Does that make sense? And you're not like pushing it into your eye, you know? I see the brightness already. Like, damn. So I've always had problems with concealers, foundations and stuff on my nose. So we'll see how this looks. You could also use this brightening concealer for if you want to do a natural highlight. I think it would be very nice. There's something therapeutic about using a beauty blender and just, I don't know, something very, very nice. You can see it's a pretty good match for my skin. And you can really tell like how red, naturally red my eyes are, and how naturally red my lips are. I haven't put anything on my lips today. To be honest, I've just been doing this, like peeling the skin off my lips. So I haven't really been doing much that in that perspective, but yeah, it's very, very pretty. It gives it a very nice dewy finish that I really, really like. So far, it is applied very, very well. The only thing that I didn't really like was the blur had a little bit of like an oily finish, and I think that might be that the blur had like a little bit of a pearlescence to it, as you can see. And I think that's probably what I was feeling, like the pearlescent pigment. But I'll try it again. I'll keep trying it, because trying something once doesn't necessarily mean that you like it or not, but let's just, there we go. But yeah, it's very, very nice. It feels very nice on the skin. Even though I'm wearing like essentially 3 layers, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing 3 layers on the skin. That's one of the reasons why I don't usually wear foundation or concealer or anything like that. I'm not the type of person when it comes to makeup. I'm not a full glam kind of makeup person. Well, when I mean full glam, I mean like, you know, foundation, highlight, contour, bronzer, that sort of thing. I'll still do full glam when it comes to like eyes and lips, but not foundation, concealer, etc., because I usually feel it on my skin, and I do not feel this, which is very, very good. But this is fun. I keep doing it. The reason why I keep doing this is because it's just fun. Literally the only reason. But yeah. Okay, we're going to go in with the Baked loose setting powder. This is through thick and thin. This is the white one. So just the translucent, and then you've got the little powder puff. And I haven't opened it yet. So I've cut my nail, so it's a little bit harder. Come on. Ooh. It's very, very... Oh. Feels like I'm opening a potion or something with the amount that it popped up there. But yeah, we're just gonna apply. And then we're gonna work it in the back of our hand here, trying avoiding the product that we just swatched. And we're just gonna tap. Oh, it smells like makeup. Oh, this smell is so nostalgic. You know, whenever you you'd open like an old makeup bag belonging to your mother or your grandmother or anything like that, and you'd open it and you just get this puff of uh powder coming out of it, and you get that smell. That's what this smells like. But you want to just pat. You don't want to rub, because then you don't want to slide, because then you'll just move everything. But I like to really powder this part of my face, because this is where my glasses go. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna push up, push up, and then set it immediately with the powder. Whoops. It's kind of hard to get my mirror here to stay balanced on where I have it. Hold on, there we go. Where you want to push, and then immediately set. So yeah, it's very pretty. You still have a little bit of a sheen even whenever it is completely set. Let me apply a little bit more, see if I can get rid. Yeah, you still have a little bit of a sheen even whenever you've set it with the powder. So you don't need to worry about kind of undoing the dewiness of the product. I just shoop, fantastic. But you don't need to worry about the powder undoing any of that dewiness, which is good. It's still, it dulls it down a little bit. Of course, it is a matte powder, but it's not to the point where your face is completely matte and flat. So I like this powder. It is very pretty. Yeah, it feels very nice. It feels like skin still, which I'm really happy with. It hasn't accentuated anything. I do have some acne, not acne, chickenpox scars on my forehead, and it hasn't enhanced them right here. It hasn't clung on or anything like that either. I do have I still have a little bit of redness still, of course, but I would always put a green color corrector underneath anyway, just to help with that, because I do just have naturally red features, and I have a lot of purple in my skin as well. I have a lot of pink here and red. I have a lot of pink and purple here. I have blue and purple here, and then I have like purple in my lips as well. So I have a lot of color in I have a lot of different colors in my face. I need to be like balanced. So whenever I'm doing any face makeup or anything like that, so it has helped with the purpliness and the blue, but not a lot of the red, but that's fine, because I would usually do green color corrector anyway. So It's very, very pretty. I'm gonna wear this, and then in the next video, whenever I'm trying it out again, I will let you know how it wears, just about out and about the house and stuff like that. Today is just a cleaning day, so I will be doing some sort of activity, but not strenuous, so we'll see. And then the next time I'll try this, I will be going out, and then we'll see how it wears in a more like going out, day out kind of shopping, or going to shops or some. I just said that going to shops, or just hanging out with my partner kind of day. We'll see how that goes, because I did already go out today. I did my walk at like 7:30 in the morning, because it was up and I was like, screw it, before the sun gets really strong and all that stuff. And it was quite windy, so I am going to be doing some housework, so we will see how it goes with housework and how breaking a little bit of a sweat, how does it sit, because that's another thing when it comes to foundation, is like how is it gonna go whenever you're doing stuff, whenever you start to sweat, or whenever you start to get oily, or I'm going to be waiting what happens when it oxidizes, because with me, I found foundations that have been a really good match, but they've oxidized and they've ended up being very yellow, or not a very good color on me. So I will see with that as well. So the next video that I will be doing with this, I will let y'all know how it goes on a nice, chill, relaxed just housework day. And the majority of housework I've already done anyway, but I'll still do some more. So yes, that is my first impressions. I really like it, and it's really brightened up my face. I look really nice. I kind of look like Bronte Marie. You know how she does like that perfect base, and she has like a perfect, like kind of flawless base where her kind of like cheeks, her red cheeks kind of pop through. That's what it reminds me of, because I love seeing her videos. She does like ethereal, gothic, I want to look like a vampire. She does like I want to be a human woman being chased in the gardens by a beautiful vampire woman kind of makeup, that kind of thing. And it's like my aesthetic. Mine's more a wee bit more like less gothic and more woodsy, but it's still in the same family. So that's what this reminds me of. It's really nice. I just need to do my eyebrows. I'm still working on like my eyebrows, because they're very straight, and I'm working on possibly making them a little bit more arched. Not only will it be more complimentary for my round face, it will give me more room hooded eye wise. But I have shaved my eyebrows before, and it helped. When I'm thinking of shaving here, just here, and then just faking the end of my eyebrow and seeing how that works. But it's practice, because it's trying to make the eyebrow still look natural and then try and match it with the other one. That's what I found to be the hardest part about eyebrows, is making them look real when they are not real, when you're just drawing them in and there's no hair. So yeah, this is what it looks like with my glasses on. So as you can see, like here, and here, I like to really powder it to make sure that I don't have to worry. But so far it hasn't like transferred. Usually it would have transferred by now, but it has not, so that's really good. But yeah, the only one that I don't really like the feeling of is this blur, the Radiance Blur Prep. It does have a little bit of an oiliness to it, which I don't really like that much. I do have oily skin, so if you have oily skin, I would be cautious of this or just do skin prep, and then hopefully this will look better. I did not do skin prep beforehand. I wanted to see what it would look like just by itself. So I'm gonna, next time I use this, I'm gonna do skin prep and see if I still get that oiliness, and then I'll use less product as well, and then I'll see if that helps with the oiliness as well. So yes, that is my first impressions. I really like these two so far. Very, very good. And the brightening, it does brighten, and it's quite thick. So these two would definitely be a sponge, and then the blur, because it is thinner, is better with a brush or with your hands. I might apply this with my hands as well, because I think applying it with my hands will allow an even thinner layer. So yes, but I will be doing another quick video with my thoughts on them, right, you know, whenever I've tried it again and everything like that. And yes, I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching and thank you for following. Bye everyone.